So welcome to the Piran Transferrable Skills podcast. It's one of four. This one is about teamwork. My name is Vandermulen. I work for the Federation of Small Businesses and we're working on the Local Skills Improvement Plan. Now, skills are really important to everyone in Cornwall, to employers, to those people working in those jobs, and also to the people who are providing those skills, which Piran Penwith are one of our very key training providers. With me today is Hayley McKinstry, who is from the college. We also have Felicity Searle from Piran Composites, wonderful Cornish company. And we also have one of the alumni, Jamie Williams, who has the one of the most fascinating jobs from Goonhilly Earth Station. So what I will do is I'm just going to hand over to you guys. Hayley, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yes, absolutely. My name's Hayley McKinstry. I'm the Director of Business Partnerships and Apprenticeships at Piran Penwith College. I have the remit for all employer engagement, adult learning, apprenticeships, and I really have to focus on making sure that we create an employable workforce for the future. So it's really exciting, and the continual involvement of employers in our partnerships really does help us to stay at the top of the game.
Fantastic. So talking of employers, Felicity, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm Felicity. I'm Head of HR and Finance for Piran Composites. We manufacture advanced aerospace components, anything from high volume aircraft seating components, all the way through to a 35-metre wingspan unmanned aircraft vehicle. We started off very small, based mostly in marine, and now we are one of the biggest aerospace manufacturing companies in the UK.
Incredible, and that's going on in Cornwall. And talking of incredible high-tech things, Jamie, tell us what you do and where you come from.
So I'm Jamie Williams. I'm the Senior Operations Deep Space Mission Operations Engineer at Goonhilly Earth Station, and also the team lead for the operations team. So my role day to day is pointing a very large satellite dish at spacecraft in Earth orbit or hundreds of millions of miles away in Mars orbit, providing a service to space agencies like European Space Agency or the Indian Space Research Organisation for commanding their spacecraft wherever they may be in the solar system and bringing down their scientific data and providing that back to the space agencies.
Wow, and this happens in Cornwall, folks. So I think first of all we should start by talking to Hayley. And what I'd really like to know, Hayley, is how Piran Penwith College build these really strong partnerships with businesses. I mean, you have worked with Piran, obviously, and what strategies you found that are most effective in fostering this sort of teamwork, because we are talking about teamwork today. So this teamwork between education and industry, it's always been a tricky one, and you've made a really good start. So how have you done that?
We have. We've worked really hard with employers, and the importance is working with employers to co-develop, co-design and co-deliver the programme. And Felicity is with us today, and that is a true example of pure partnership working, where we are taking the skills that they desperately need to be delivered locally, having an understanding of the basic transferable skills that are required, but also then having some of their experts to deliver the technicality of it that we need to grow. So that teamwork is absolutely vital to enabling us to develop those true partnerships. We're also reaching out to many employers. So the college has got an initiative that's been launched this year, which is called Employer Connect, and basically that is to ensure that every single classroom has an employer presence. And that might be in the format of a guest speaker, it could be trips or visits, it could be career conversations, or getting employers to come in to look at that curriculum offer and talk about the sequencing and make sure that it matches what employers really, really need. We've also got an initiative called the Partnership Pledge, which is linked to that. And that Partnership Pledge is something that we share with employers, and we ask them to pledge what connection they can have. And it's all about that connectivity and that continual collaboration with employers to ensure that we're all on the same page and that the workforce that we are developing in the college are fit for purpose for employers.
And can people find out about getting involved with that by going to the college website?
Absolutely. The Partnership Pledge is on the website, and we would welcome anybody to interact with that. Everybody's got a connection with some kind of business, so it's so valuable, from self-employed people to large organisations. It's just so beneficial to the workforce and in developing to make sure they've got those skills. So,
Fabulous.
yeah,
Well,
really
have a look at that website, folks, actually, because it's something that FSB also promotes. And if you're also a partner organisation listening to this, we'll be very glad for you to help the college out and promote that. It's really important. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to come to you then, Felicity, and actually, so let's talk about how this partnership works. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit how you sort of formed this partnership, what's made it successful, and what advice would you give to other businesses who haven't maybe got involved with a college or a training provider? How would you say that's been going?
I mean, initially, what we noticed that there was this huge skills gap in Cornwall for what we do. We knew that there was a passion for bringing it into the college, and it has been there for a couple of years, but there aren't enough businesses that actually do what we do to be able to support it. So we sort of came up with a proposal. We spoke with the team at the Truro Penwith, who we have a fantastic working relationship with. And together, we have built a curriculum for a brand new level 3 composite technician apprenticeship, which is just fantastic. We did it in about 6 months.
Wow.
So it was really quick, but we didn't want to waste time and put more effort into maybe coming up with different ideas when we know what they have at the college works and what we have within the business works as well. So we combined the two, and we've already hired 8 apprentices, and they are due to start in November, which is really exciting. And what has made that work is the open communication that we have with the college and they have with us. There doesn't really go a week where I don't speak to the team at Truro Penwith, and they are such a joy to work with. It's not difficult. From end to end, it is the easiest process. And for us to have a dedicated apprenticeship with this team as well, it's fantastic, but I highly recommend businesses reach out to them. And in all honesty, I did it out of selfish need. We needed the skill. We wanted to have it here in Cornwall. We didn't want to move it out of Cornwall. So to be able to give people the opportunity to have a new earning career, better salaries, getting into engineering and aerospace, there was selfish need in that. But it's worked out so wonderfully for us, and we are so excited to host the first cohort of apprentices. We'll continue to do that hopefully in the next 3 years, and we're already talking about adding a level 5 in. So, people can come out with a diploma with a level 3 and then a degree with a level 5, which is really, really exciting, and we are very, very proud to be able to work with the college.
How fantastic is that? I mean, this is great. Can you just quickly tell us, though, how did you find out about the college? I mean, did you just phone them up one day, or was it what did you do to start off with?
So initially we had a very small working relationship on the space engineering course that they had. We only had one apprentice that we took on through it, and actually the poor thing was thrown in the deep end because he wasn't working for a business that fully supported the work that they were doing. He kind of came in a manufacturing environment when everyone else was actually more working with Goonhilly on the space technologies. And he essentially helped inspire us to realise that it is possible to come up with a course like this. And we built on that relationship. We've got a wonderful account manager who I've always been in contact with. He's an absolutely brilliant person to work with. And the whole team in engineering, they're so passionate about what we do as well. They've always stayed on our radar. They've always stayed in contact. They contacted us about careers fairs, so we got more involved with those as well, which has been really great. And it's basically grown from there. It has been a consistent relationship for about 3 years now, I think, but now it's really blossomed into something very special.
Fantastic. It's almost a marriage now, isn't
Basically,
it?
it's marriage, yeah, absolutely.
Fabulous. Now, talking of Goonhilly and talking of things space and technical and talking of manufacturing as well, because that's where you came from, Jamie, I want to sort of dig into this a little bit more about how you, somebody who's come out of that sausage machine at the other end, and how do you think these partnerships between colleges and businesses are sort of helping you to solve some of those sort of key challenges facing the workforce today? I mean, you're kind of the solution to this workforce challenge. So what role are you playing in this, and how have you felt sort of dealing with these guys?
So we've, coming from being a student at Truro Penwith College, had a quite really good working relationship with them. We've also helped try and work with the college for setting up some courses what will help hopefully feed in the future talent into our business. We've got some very talented people at Goonhilly who they live and breathe to support outreach, and we try and do as much outreach as we possibly can, right from primary level up to university level, and to try and feed that back into the local community working with the college. And we've also taken on a couple apprentices as well, one of which you started last year, and also allowing people who are already within our company to access apprenticeships through the college to broaden their horizon, broaden their skill sets, and bring more skills into our company. So that's worked really well, and it's people have come in, not having ever been in a space background before, having completely unrelated previous jobs, but all of those transferable skills, they've been able to just delve straight in at the deep end, get involved and become a valuable asset to the company. And it's brilliant from getting involved in manufacturing, maintenance, and providing engineering solutions that we offer to our customers.
That's fantastic. And I guess having you there, you're kind of like a walking advertisement really, aren't you, for this whole process? So it's sort of, how are the college capitalising on you as a walking advertisement? I'm sure they are.
Well, I'm really happy to try and promote what I've done, and I do genuinely feel like having spent time at college has set me up probably better for life than maybe even going to university had. So I went to University of Plymouth. Great university, great course, but I do cherish the more hands-on experience I had with working at the college, having access to workshop environments, which I didn't have access to at university, which is more at the theoretical level, more classroom-based rather than a hands-on experience that I got.
And so this whole sort of teamwork thing, this collaboration thing I think is really important, and the way you've all kind of worked together. And Jamie's your walking advertisement. You've got Felicity who's using all the apprentices and who's bringing those forward and bringing them into the workplace, and you're teaching them all the stuff. I think this is really important, Hayley. And so what role do you see the colleges playing in helping to solve some of Cornwall's workforce challenges generally? I mean, it's a really big ask, isn't it, of the colleges to do this. So, I mean, how do you ensure these partnerships are beneficial for both the business and students? You know, we've talked a little bit about this, but, you know, how do you sort of really go that extra mile as Truro and Penwith College? What's the advertisement for you guys as being the best at this?
We take it right back to those transferable skills. So we have identified 6 key skills that employers need, and looking at the future, we don't know what jobs of the future are going to look like. We don't know how things are going to evolve. There's going to be green jobs that we don't know what they're going to look like. So it's about building that person and really developing all aspects of it, because if you can create the aspiration and the ambition for that person, and they've got the aptitude and things like that, then it's absolutely easy to teach them the technical skill. So we are building that person so they don't come into Truro and Penwith College and just get that piece of paper that says you've got the diploma. We send them out with the fully enriched programme. Like I said, we build their personal development. We ensure that we include work placement for all so that they can go out and they can trial those skills. We work with a platform called Navigate, where we do a skills assessment at the very beginning, so they're assessing themselves against the skills that we've identified. And those skills haven't been identified just plucked out of the air. We've used some really key labour market information and some influence from employers to identify those core skills. So we offer a large enrichment programme, and every single one of those skills is threaded right the way through. The students reevaluate where those skills are. And going back to the work placement, if somebody has come to college and they're doing A-levels, and they don't know what their career journey looks like yet, but they know that they need to build their confidence or their resilience, then we will tailor that work placement opportunity. And it might be that they go into hospitality and they learn how to speak to customers, deal with concerns and complaints, and it just builds that resilience within that person. And then it also prepares them for university life when they're able to go out there and look after themselves. And then hopefully over those next 3 to 5 years, they'll make a decision, and the skills that they've learnt at Truro and Penwith College, in the same way as Jamie's just said, will set them up for life. So, you know, it's absolutely fundamental that we really focus on those core skills, and that's why this podcast today is so important.
So it's the students, it's the businesses, and coming from a business organisation myself, what's an employer representative body that we looked after the local skills improvement plan. We've worked very closely with you on that, and some of those employability skills and those 3 A's, you know, the attitude, the aptitude, the ambition, those things that we really need to drive in young people in Cornwall is really, really important. And letting them know, obviously, that there's, you know, they can do jobs in space, they can work with composites. I mean, that's pretty fantastic, actually. I mean, Felicity, how do you see sort of the businesses and college working together to really sort of inspire these young people? I mean, you've obviously sort of started doing this with your 8 apprentices. Are you going to go further? How much more can you do? Is there, have you got great ideas for the future?
We'll definitely be going further. We'd like to take this as far as we can into primary schools and, start actually putting out there what is here in Cornwall into the younger generations. You don't need to leave the county to get these incredible working experiences, which you are absolutely testament to. You can do it here in Cornwall and it's very easy, and you've got businesses here that are excited to work with the educational bodies to be able to enrich these opportunities for the next students coming through. This is just the start for us. We'll continue to keep putting our voice out there. We'll continue to keep doing it with Piran Penwith as well. And as I said, we like to advance the courses. It doesn't have to stop at just one, because there is such great communication and teamwork between the colleges and businesses. It doesn't stop at one level and then end. There is so many other opportunities that we can work towards. So, I think all in all, the possibilities and what we'll be doing as a business is definitely endless. We hope to have an apprentice running the business one day. That's kind of our end goal, to be honest with you. This is what we're looking for. We're not looking to just bring people in for their skill and to help build them into the workforce for just for the sake of it. We are wanting to keep building their careers and their opportunities. So that is what will probably happen, to be honest.
So every business needs an exit plan. So your exit plan is definitely to hand it over to somebody younger.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. And also, I suppose part of the, this whole team. So you've just mentioned bringing primary schools in. We're talking about, we sort of always think about people leaving college, but actually it is at that primary school age really getting them involved, isn't it? And so adding them into the team, not forgetting that there's schools, there's colleges, there's also stakeholders. We talk to the council, we talk to all sorts of people that are just trying to get that team involved. And Jamie, I'd like to come to you actually, and just sort of so a little bit of an inspiring thing to close actually, because what you do is pretty incredible. So looking back at your time with the college, and you don't have to say nice things because Hayley's here, but I'm sure you will. But looking back at your time in the college, I mean, how it shaped your career, how important was all of this teamwork during your time? Did you feel that there was kind of this teamwork? Did you feel it was building? Has it kind of changed for you? You seeing more of this happening within Cornwall? And what lessons have you carried forward as well in your professional life?
Yeah, well, teamwork's been really important from when the courses I did at college. So I did 2 different courses. It was a teamwork element which always made me get up in the morning and want to go to college and actually do the courses, working with all the people on my course and the lecturers as well. And that's been carried through into my working career as well. I got a great team of 10 operators who have never been in this work environment. They've never been in the space industry before, and now with all their transferable skills have now working on the world's first commercial deep space communications system and working with space agencies all around the world. One thing I probably would have liked more when I was at college was more people in the space sector coming in to talk about, and now that's something what we can offer. And I've done it from primary school level, talked to primary school up to university level, and one of my proudest moments in my career was when I brought in my, at the time, 5-year-old niece to go and show around what I do for a living and hopefully inspire them right from an early age.
Fantastic.
And hopefully so that you don't have to, and echoing what Felicity says, you don't have to leave Cornwall to find an interesting, high skill, high paid job. There are so many more in Cornwall now than there ever were. We work with Cornwall Space Cluster, who is a collaborative group of local space companies, from doing mechanical engineering or composites or software and coding, robotics. There's so many more opportunities now for young people to get involved in the industry.
That's amazing, and it's not just cream teas and sandy beaches. Although the beautiful thing is we've got the best place in the world to work. So when you have your downtime, you can go and enjoy these things, can't you? So Jamie, you're to kind of finish this off a little bit, and everybody likes to know this because obviously people will go, how on earth did I get into space? I mean, why didn't I do that? So what advice would you give to your 16-year-old self, or to any other maybe 16-year-olds who might be listening and say, well, okay, this is how you do it, and this is why I'm staying in Cornwall, and this is why I went to Piran Penwith College?
I suppose just working hard and trying to push yourself to new experiences and go out of your comfort zone to try new things. So in all honesty, I never thought I'd get involved in the space industry. It was something I always felt passionate about and inspired about from a child, but I didn't think that those opportunities were in Cornwall. When I first learnt about the UK space industry, it was a company near London. I didn't know if it was even anywhere locally. But advice, just working hard and seeking new opportunities and seeking work experience as well. That was something really important for me. And how I got into Goonhilly was working for doing an internship as well.
So that work experience actually is really important as well. And I think that's something we can put a plea out to employers. Actually, anybody who's listening to this podcast is, please get involved. Please get sort of give your time, and you will end up with some sort of quality staff. And I know the college will help with some of that as well. Some of those, if people are sort of thinking, well, how on earth do I get to do work experience for somebody who's at college, that you would be able to help them out with
yes,
that too?
We would absolutely support, and the best way to go about that is by applying through the Partnership Pledge. It is absolutely vital that every single young person engages in a work placement to enrich their personal development, as well as to identify if that's the correct career for them. So anything that they can offer would just be fantastic for the workforce of the future.
So brilliant. Well, I'd like to say thank you very much to Felicity, to Hayley, to Jamie, and thank you for listening to this podcast. But a final plea, actually, do have a look at the Piran Penwith website. Do get involved. Do pick up the phone. Do ask them, because I think you'll really be doing yourself a favour. And hopefully you'll listen to the next of the 3 podcasts that we have coming up for you shortly.